Okay, good afternoon, folks. It is just after 3 o'clock on Sunday, the 23rd of May 2010. I've just got a wee chance here to go through the charts a bit earlier today, so hopefully they'll be up quite soon, and we'll be able to see what's going to happen into the next week. Starting on this Aussie dollar, so we obviously had the big drop that we've seen basically in the last couple of weeks. Last week that kind of became quite accelerated, and I mean it's all kind of started after. Well, I mean we can look at the daily chart first. We had the TDF sell set up just after we broke the upper bat resistance, which turns the market bullish on the bat front. But unless we get a close above the bearish thrusts, then you don't take the trade anyway. But we had the 9 count in the thrust bar, which was a big outside bar as well. And as I mentioned before, these outside bars tend to be quite strong. So it just turned out that we actually got an outside bar there. It was covered for a couple of days, and then after that we've kind of seen the weakness kick in. We did have this. We did have the TDF sell setup, which appeared earlier, but as you know, we hadn't actually tested the TDST resistance or broken the upper bat, so I wasn't just as keen to get involved in this setup here. Apart from, I mean, we did try to take some trades at this TDST level, but anyway, so I've kind of seen the weakness come off the back of this TDF sell setup on the daily, and then we had the one that followed on the weekly. And since then, the last couple of weeks, we've seen a big sell-off here. Now we've broken the lower bat support on the weekly chart here now, so this market's turned bearish with a target at the moment at 77 in the next few months. That would be, we need to get up to that 84.02 level here to sort of qualify the sell setup, which I did fully expect this week, to be honest. I hope this is the market bottoming, like making a sort of forming a sort of a bottom formation here, and then we see maybe a retest of that 86.45, maybe even as high as the 87.37, and then we start to head lower again and head for that 77 level. So I mean that's the plan at the moment anyway. Just wait till we get above this 84.02, then we can start to look for selling opportunities. Whether that would come in like a 9 count sell setup on the daily, or whether that comes in a retest at 86.45, we'll just have to wait and see. But that's the level that I'm going to be looking out for. We're into the final week of the month here. Well, we've got Monday as well before we complete the month next week. But this monthly bar is going to close, and that's also going to be a TDF sell setup. So you can see how they've kind of followed each other, daily setup, weekly setup, and then now we're going to get the monthly setup. So things really aren't looking too good for this market now. I think we could see quite a deep sort of correction coming out in this market. I've not really plotted so much on this monthly chart yet, but we are obviously bearish on the monthly, and I mean we've got a long way to go down here. Sorry, I've been doing some stuff with this. I'll just go to defaults and see where we are. I'll delete these two, and I'll delete this one. Okay, so I mean the market is really stretched on this daily, but I mean I don't think we're going to go all the way down to 36, to be honest, which is why I probably haven't bothered with the actual fibbo on this one, because the movement down and up has been quite huge on a monthly basis anyway. But you can see here anyway, with the TDF bar just about to form, you'd expect to see a bit of a correction in this market on the back of that. But as you know, we could still cover most of this bar before we start to get another bearish signal to kick in. So I mean, if we look up there on the monthly, we're looking maybe towards 89.34, which is obviously higher than this 86 level, but it just gives us another opportunity. If it makes it through the 86.45 and gets up to that 89.34, then we just look to sell again. So a few different options here. Also, that monthly level 89.34. If we were to fail there, obviously the bat would remain bearish as well, and we still do have the second target here down at about 77 there, which is also the first target now on the weekly. So yeah, so basically going into this week for this Aussie dollar, possibly might see a bit of a bounce from here. I'm hoping we will. I hope this is it on the weekly chart, and we can move higher and then look to sell again. We made quite a few pips on the sell that we took here on the inside day. Eventually, sort of 593 plus. I think the first target was. Let me see. I think it was the 88 level, so it was 593 plus. Let's go down to 88 plus 120, I think it was. So quite a nice wee trade there. Hopefully we can get some more of the same. But as I say, we're going to have to see a bit of a retracement here first, before we look to get involved. And I'll be looking at the 86.45 or the 89.34. Those are going to be the two levels, or any kind of signals that we can get on the daily chart, of a sell setup on the daily chart. But other than that, that's basically it for this week. So we may not see this level this week, but maybe in the coming weeks we'll see a retest of these levels. Okay, cheers.